who's late. Okay, so let's just start by bringing our body and our mind into the present moment. Or maybe we should just be checking that they're in the present moment. Um, so let's start with the body. The weight of the body against the cushion or the chair or the bed that you're sitting or lying down on. Just feeling that downward pressure. Or you may think of it as the bed or the chair coming up to meet you. So however we're sat or lying, we're just establishing our or re-establishing our contact with the ground, with the earth. So we have a lot of hard element within our bodies. So we're um, linking that to the earth in a way, establishing, recognizing that connection. And then imaginatively running a line from the bottom of our spine all the way down to the center of the earth, at which point we all join wherever we are in the UK or Europe today. In fact, we join every living being on the planet at that point, obviously, establishing that we imagine in that way. And then bringing the attention all the way back up to the base of the spine. And then just gently bringing that attention up the spine. There's no rush, just going whatever pace suits you. And just seeing if you can straighten the spine a little, whether you're lying or sitting down. And that's not a prescription, it's just a suggestion or guidance, whatever feels comfortable for you. Reach the shoulders in our own time, checking these are even, what's hunched forward or less usual, but back. Neck and the head evenly placed, shoulders maybe just tilted slightly forward. Eyes either closed or just a little open. And if we can, if it's possible for you, but again, it's not prescriptive, just seeing if you can leave a bit of room between your arms and your torso. It helps the energy circulate, can help keep us a little more alert. And then finally, the hands in the the traditional meditation posture just beneath the navel, or maybe a hand on each lap or on each thigh, as long as we're balanced and symmetrical. It's the major thing. So we've established a posture which is going to help us in our meditation, in our mindfulness. And using that posture as an anchor, in a way, we can check that our mind is in the present moment. So just putting behind us whatever's happened so far today, that's in the past. It's nothing we can do about that now. It's gone. And putting to one side any speculation or projection about the future, what could happen this afternoon or what may happen tomorrow. And just establishing our awareness in the present moment. That's the only moment in which we can be truly aware, actually, be mindful. And just as we imaginatively took our mind's eye down to the center of the earth, we now take it up above the crown of our head, through the ceiling and the roof of the building, and above the cloud cover, if you have cloud cover with you, out into the open transparency, the sunlight above the cloud cover. So we're individual conduits between Mother Earth and Father Sky. We're completely present as that conduit. But we're not all the same. It's the individual characteristics. We're all performing a similar function. But just as the posture helps balance the body, this can establish ground and balance the mind, tension. So let's just sit within that balance, rest within that balance, or whatever balance we've created, just for a minute or so. Just letting it soak into us and us into it. So maybe even if we don't return to the same posture for the second, we still have a sense of that balance, that evenness. And then gradually, in our own time, opening our eyes if they've been closed, taking a quick stretch if we need to take a stretch. So we're just going to have a sort of 60, 80 seconds break before we start the second. So if you can, just keeping the attention within the room, it wander to. Okay, when we're ready, again, no rush. Just bringing ourselves back to our posture, maybe a little different from what we've just established. Just remembering or linking or connecting with that, any sense of evenness, equilibrium, balance that you generated in the grounding practice. So we're going to be meditating on the mind. So the stream. So there are four, in some traditions, they talk about four close placements of mindfulness. There's body, feelings, mind, and then everything else, roughly speaking. We're looking at the mind. So just taking a little time to just settle into this one. We can, it's really helpful to meditate as if you're at the heart center. So that's your viewing platform, as it were. I know that can sometimes be tricky, especially in the day. I've been working or been busy. That energy comes to that place or that place. But if you can, that might assist you, may help. And we're simply going to allow ourselves 2 or 3 minutes to just notice the ongoing process of the mind in this moment for each of us. So we'll be familiar with this, I'm sure. This anyway, the idea. Just remembering that it's not a competition. It doesn't matter what you find. The point is that you, or the aim of the attention, the awareness is that you become aware of what's happening in your mind, good, bad, or indifferent. And it can be very helpful to think of it as a stream, a mind stream at times. So the sense of sitting beside a river, maybe, and the moving river is your moving mind with all its characteristics and ruminations and hang-ups and emotions. That's just me. So let's spend a couple of minutes watching the river. You could say we're just witnessing, kindly witnessing our experience, our mental. So there may be temptation to get involved, whatever comes up, challenging or very attached to it or very averse to it. We're just trying to avoid that temptation. Sticking with that idea of being this compassion. And then if you're comfortable, but only if you're comfortable with this, just dissolving that separation between you as the witness and the mind stream, or you can think of it as getting in the river or um, becoming the mind stream or the river, whatever works for you. But what we're actually going to do or try to do is just become watching it, and now we just become it. We rest within it. So we become, each of us become our own experience. So it's like our experience is unfiltered. It's much more direct. If this isn't for you or you find it a little overwhelming, that's fine. Just go back to witnessing your mental experience, your mind, as you were before, and just returning to the bare experience, the direct attention, if you like, when you well. So maybe you're getting a sense of becoming the flow of your mind. So you're not creating anything in doing this, you're just actually letting go and resting in a more natural state. So for some of us, the key to this practice is not to do more, it's to do less. And sometimes as we simulate this, barriers can fall. We do find ourselves letting go more. contact with our mind becomes even more direct. And what we may be experiencing is always happening, or elements of it are happening all the time. So to some extent, it makes a lot of sense to embrace it. As we know, sometimes the more we pay attention, the more direct the contact, the greater the potential, maybe change things for the better, or that potential. So just resting in this direct contact for a few moments more, just naturally. And then in your own time, bringing the practice to a close. There's no rush, just opening your eyes when you're ready, taking a stretch, maybe. So you're sort of widening the scope of your attention in a way from just your mind to all your experience. And recognizing that the practice